All right. Welcome to Revlog. We have a new home.
We do.
So our previous iteration, we were in a super secret location.
That's right.
Hidden behind the brick wall. Yeah, it was just around the corner from where we are now. But we have a new home. Look at this.
Come
do you
see
think?
us sometime.
Yeah.
Bryan, what strikes you about our new home?
Well, it's green.
Yeah.
It's very green friendly here. We have a little rubber tree plant or something. I'm not sure what that is, but I like it.
It
But
is
what
good.
really strikes me is that I do kind of miss the brick wall.
You do miss
I'm so sorry.
There's now going to be like an online campaign to bring back the.
Bring back our brick wall.
We have this brand new home,
And Bryan
all
is-
new furniture.
No,
and Bryan just laments the past.
Did you ever move when you were a kid? I feel like we've moved, and I miss all my old friends.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we can write.
Yeah.
We can write.
And we've literally just moved one room over, and here we are. So, but it's okay. I mean, I kind of get it. I know what you mean. There was something
Thank you.
special about that brick
A little
wall.
nostalgic.
It'll always be our
Yes.
early beginnings.
Yes, it will.
Right, yeah.
Thank you for validating my feelings. Appreciate that.
Just trying to move on.
Pastoral
All right,
of you.
so Aaron, I mean,
This table.
This
This
table
table
is
is
cool,
beautiful.
isn't
It is the Revlog table. I think this is a special place. I'm thinking of all the wonderful mischief
conversations.
we get into.
Mischief we'll have running. And I love, you have one there too. So the media team got us these coasters.
Yeah.
They're really hip coasters. They look like records.
By the nostalgics. Notice that. Just like
The
Bryan.
nostalgia- Yes. Yes.
Now, put your coffee. Don't ruin the table.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
But this is a fun new place. This is where Revlog is going to be from now on. This is our new home. We're excited about the new home.
And
We're grateful.
I am, let me
No,
hasten to add.
too late.
Please. I am happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that was able to happen during the pandemic, we're grateful for, is we were able to support our media team
Amen.
by giving them a new home and able to give them some space up on the third floor above our offices. And we're just grateful for that and grateful to love the media team and support them. They have done an amazing work
Amen.
Through the pandemic. We've had about a year and a half of this where they have just, ran ragged with all the work they've been doing. So we're grateful we've been able to support them in that way. And a part of that is Revlog gets a new home. So,
That's right.
so we're grateful.
Bryan said he was happy to be here, but really at his age, he's happy to be anywhere. you knew that was coming, right?
That is, it's a return to form.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a return to form.
Yeah, well, and maybe that is because it has felt like the last year or however long it's been, we were just in a temporary shelter, right? We were never at home
That's
for
right.
Revlog, but now we're back.
That's right.
in our new home. So.
And now, I'm here to be insulted. So
Loved.
loved. I meant loved.
We'll give you first shot at the text. How does that? Does that help? So
Take
today,
that, Aaron.
This is one of the a famous Old Testament text. So we're still with Gideon. This is Gideon and his fleece. So Judges chapter 6, 36 through 40 this week. And so when you think of Gideon, you think of Gideon's fleece.
Yeah, that's true.
And so Bryan,
Putting out the fleece.
So help us jump into this unique text where Gideon just goes back and forth.
It is.
What struck you as you read it today?
It is so interesting to me because this kind of sort of tentative way of interacting with the divine, we see this throughout Judges. We see it in interactions later on between Samson's parents. I don't think we're going to actually cover that, but
Right.
Samson's parents and the divine, they're especially the husband is just freaking out about we're doomed because we've seen the Lord, and his wife says if he had meant to kill us, we would already be dead. And he said, you have a point. So, but here there's a little bit of that tentativeness, or maybe a lot of it as well. But I think that it is. I used to read this and think, this is, Gideon is not demonstrating very much faith here, but what I seem to see in this now is that Gideon's being very careful, and I I think that one way you could look at this is he does not, he's careful not to presume on the state of reality here. He is saying, am I seeing this correctly?
Wow.
Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Is this, in the scientific field, we call this the ability to replicate an experiment. If it's replicatable, then you have something. Well, here this is sort of a faith version of that, and he's saying, can I trust my own senses here? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? And I don't say that that's the only way to interpret this, but I do see somebody who is humble rather than full of himself, and I think that he is wanting to make sure that he's hearing correctly.
Well, and what we see throughout the Old Testament, I think about David and some of the other kings in the Old Testament, one of the times that we see them do well is when they inquire of the Lord, right? Where you usually see David is going to do something correct. Usually a few verses before it says David inquired of the Lord.
Yeah.
And this is Gideon's way of inquiring of the Lord. I think we have to be careful what we take away from how he does this, and also his second attempt here, where he even says, don't be angry with me. We're going to do this again.
And
right?
I think the Lord, the Lord meets him where he is. He doesn't say, oh, okay,
Right.
or because you didn't believe me the first time, I'm going somewhere else. I mean, sometimes the Lord sees a lack of faith. Here, I'm not sure that the Lord sees that as much as I think Gideon needs this.
Yeah, well, and I think that's right. I think sometimes God knows Gideon's heart here, right?
He does.
And he knows where he's coming from, because sometimes we get caught up where really all we want to do is continual fleecing. Right, where it just turns into,
correct.
I need another sign, I need another sign.
And that's not what we see here. I mean, Gideon eventually moves on.
Yeah. Okay, let's invite Aaron into this conversation. See.
Oh, Aaron, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see you over there.
No,
speak into this.
Really love how you've approached this, and I think it's also really incredible. I love that we get to spend so much time with Gideon, and one of the things that I got out of this was the amazing patience of the Lord.
Right.
That met him where he was and saw that heart that he, I've chosen you. And so I'm going to work with you through this. And I agree with you. I don't think this was Gideon trying to get out of it. I don't think that it necessarily was a weakness of his faith. I think it was more just Gideon started from a place, I'm from the lowest tribe. I'm the lowest, are you sure that I'm the guy? And every part of this story, you see him question, you see some fear, and then you see obedience.
That's true.
And he always gets forward. He's not there yet. I mean, we still have a ways to go. Just last week, he to take down that Asherah pole, and he did it at night because he was scared.
Right. Yeah.
But he did it.
He did it, and then he blew a trumpet.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I got you now. And this week, he's like, okay, am I discerning this correctly? And as a teacher, when you have students, you recognize that every one of them is at a different part of the journey. And the truth is, you treat them all differently. There is no one way to deal with a classroom. God said, you're the guy. And so I know where you are. And so we're not all going to have that kind of back and forth with the Lord, because it's going to be different for all of us. And so it's testing the Lord. There's scriptures about that. We have to be careful about how we approach that. But God has said, you're the valiant warrior. You're the one that's going to be a part of this chapter. And so he just allows that conversation. That's what I take away, is this wonderful conversation between Gideon and the Lord, and for him to continue to pull him along.
Yeah, and I do think the Lord invites clarification, because some of the things God calls us to, we see, we don't see all the details at first. And sometimes as it unfolds, we need clarification of details and what's next. And where
that's
going.
right.
And I think this part, I think we're giving him a favorable reading here, but I think that's part of what you're seeing in him is just further clarification and the Lord's calling on his life.
That word clarification is great. I think we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need
And I
more
think
of
it's
that.
different than testing. I think
Yes.
discernment, clarification is different than putting the Lord to the test. I mean, that I think
Right.
is a much better read on
Right.
this
I mean,
text.
you picture Satan telling Jesus, just jump.
Yeah, right.
Just jump and see what
Yeah.
God does, right? I mean, that's not what's happening
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
right?
danger.
Exactly.
Brian, as you read, what question came to mind?
Based on this word clarification, what would it take for me? I think sometimes I approach something in a way that says, I can't get up there faith-wise. I can't see over that wall. I can't get up there. But here's what I don't stop to ask. Well, what would it take for me to get there? What would it take for me to get there? Gideon asked that question. First of all, it was the fleece. He wanted the fleece in one condition, and then it occurred that way. And he still wasn't there, and he thought, what would it take for me to get there? And he answered his own question, and then the Lord complied with that, and he was there. He was able to do that. And so I want to ask, what would it take? Again, I think we could keep moving the goalpost. But to ask that question seriously, what would it take for me to get to that faith point? That's what I'm.
Yeah, come
that's my
to the
question.
Lord with a sincere heart.
Yes.
In that, right?
Yes.
It really is a matter of the heart. I think,
It is.
Where that,
It is. I think if the Lord sees that you're wanting to grow and go towards trust, I think He's more than happy
Yeah.
to enter into that process with us.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we're genuinely seeking obedience, God will make that way.
I think so.
I think that's it. Am I discerning what God is calling me to? So before I can then try and put like goalpost or to try and really figure out what's next, is what I'm hearing is the direction that I'm going truly from the Lord? And then if I believe that it is, then it's about trusting that God has called me to it, and then everything else should fall in line. I mean, it doesn't mean that I've got it all figured out, but am I asking about what I feel, what I sense? Is that from the Lord?
Okay.
And I think that's what Gideon's doing too. Is what I'm feeling, is what I'm sensing from the Lord. Okay, then we need to put the faith steps in action.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we would love to hear your thoughts on this text with Gideon and his fleece if you would comment below.